Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Back at the cabin again. It is the day after trouting season here in Newfoundland opens, so I'm hoping to go to a couple different ponds. Bought a new canoe. The problem is it's extremely tippy, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to stay up in it. My old portly carcass might tip it over, so we'll see how that goes. And yeah, a couple good meals I'm hoping to cook up for you, so it should be a good one. I'll talk to you in a bit. Alright, the first little task I've got today is to see which boat I'm going to be taking on the water. I did a lot of trouting over the last couple of years, but I always used a little kayak. The problem with it was very stable. The problem with it was that I couldn't carry much weight into it. Now, I went and bought a small, I think it's a 14-foot canoe, fiberglass canoe last week, but I tried it once and I was tippy. I was really tippy. I'm going to try this, and you may get, you may see a fat guy going in the water, or it may work out. Either way, we'll capture it for you just to see how it works out. All right, this little pond, I'm really excited about this one. This is one of the first ponds I came to when I first came up here. It's very tiny. It's almost unfishable in the end of the season because there's so many lily pads and reeds and stuff, and it's extremely shallow. However, I've seen some of the biggest trout I've ever seen caught, brook trout, in this little gully right here. So we're going to give it a try. And I'm also going to do what I would consider probably the smallest pot of pea soup ever made in Newfoundland and Labrador. Newfoundland and Labradorians are known for making a lot more food than they plan to eat at any given moment, just in case somebody drops in. But because of where I am, I'm doubtful anybody's going to drop in, so I'm just going to make enough for myself, and you'll see in a second, there's not going to be much to it. I've got a little tiny pot and a little tiny bit of vegetables and a little tiny bit of cabbage and a little tiny bit of, well, a little tiny bit of everything. So you'll see in a second. First cast. Nice trout. Lost him at shore. Didn't set the hook. A little thing after it there. There you go. Good job on my worm. Not the one I got before. Let's get the salt beef in there. See if we can make something. Not a lot to complain about. A little mini pot of pea soup on the go. Boiling along nicely. A perfect view. Really excited to try out these spinners I got from That's a Spinner in Gander. There's a gentleman that makes homemade spinners, and what's nice about it is they come in all kinds of different colors. If you're familiar with Justin Barber out of Labrador, he's currently on a massive excursion from probably I think it's the longest trip in eastern Canada by foot and canoe, and he's currently not posting on YouTube, but he'll have a book out when that comes out. And he uses this guy's spinners all the time. They're phenomenal, and it's what I've been catching these trout on today. So plus it's Newfoundland made, so you don't be buying stuff from away, and supporting local businesses. So all right, time to throw the vegetables in. And if you look up here, you'll see that all of these vegetables fit in less than one cup. So you can kind of tell that there's not much to this. And of course, you gotta have doughboys or dumplings. This is gonna be a little tiny one. That's a small one, so I'd say about 10 minutes for that. Look at that. Let's go eat. So good. Cooked to perfection. Delicious. I think I'm just going to sit back here now, enjoy my soup, watch the pond, maybe try for a trout or two, maybe put the canoe out. I'm not even sure. So I just got back to the cabin and got skunked all day, but went into my to the front of the wharf, and look what I got. Nice little one. I'd say he's close to 12 inches. You never know. They're few and far between on my pond, but when you do get them, they're a half decent size. So, oh well. Objective one is not to drown. I don't know. Feels pretty sketch to me. No, no, no. dinner. So the blooper of the day is I drove 9 kilometers to come into Bad Pond. Went out on the pond, lost my favorite hook. And for some stupid reason only had about 10 feet of line on my reel. And I have no line in my side-by-side. So I guess that was a complete wasted trip into Bad Pond. Oh well. There is a place I want to show you today. Back Pond Falls, Back River Pond Falls I think it's called. Really tricky to get to. There's a lot of overhanging trees. And yeah, I think it'll be a nice way to end the video.
Up this morning, waking up before it's getting 9. Kinda heavy on my shoulders, tracking down some moments back in time. I could've swore that I was in it, down to every minute. Don't know what I was sipping, but I felt like I was doing fine. Oh my. Turns out that I just got a little bit south, just a little bit north of the Georgia line.
Sketchy, a little sketchy getting down here, but certainly nice when you get here. This, Mr. J, this pond comes out of, or this falls comes out of Back River, or Back Pond. So that's what we're gonna explore here. Hopefully I'll get the drone up and get a closer look and maybe wet a line and have a bite to eat. Oh. Ooh, pretty deep right there. wanted to show off this little camping kit that my wife bought me. Pretty standard, you can get them on Amazon. I think they're 40 or 50 bucks. Very self-contained, very light, size of your hand, and yeah, it's great. Little kettle, a little cooking pot, which is the one that I did the pea soup in yesterday, and a little frying pan. So it's got the whole thing in there. It works perfect. I love it. The next thing I want to show you is this life straw, which is an item I don't leave without. I always have it in my bag just in case I run out of water. I can purify water with this. Fill this up with regular water, in this case river water. Put this in and you're good to go. Well, I came out here today and remembered coffee. Forgot to bring filters and forgot to bring anything to make coffee. So I'm going to try something I've seen on YouTube a few times called bush coffee or cowboy coffee. And basically what that is you take the raw grounds, you put it in water that's boiling but barely. You let it sit, and then you throw a little bit of cold water in, a little bit, and you wait for a little bit, and the grounds are supposed to settle to the bottom of the kettle, and then you can drink it without any grounds. So we're going to try it and see how it works. All right, let's try this. Wow. There's absolutely no grounds in there. I didn't put enough coffee in. It's a little weak. I like coffee really, really strong, but it's perfect. Well, not perfect, but there ain't any grounds. Well, that's pretty much going to do it for this one, folks. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you subscribing to the channel. If you haven't already, I do ask that you do that. Of course, it's free. And the more people that are watching, the more inspired I am to get out and do these kinds of things. So please do that if you haven't. Like, subscribe, comment, tell me what I'm doing right, tell me what I'm doing wrong. YouTube, I find, is a great community and is an awesome opportunity to just sort of chat back and forth with other people, to learn. Both the people that are watching it and the people that are making these videos obviously learn a lot too. I certainly do, and it's great. Like I never would have known to make bush coffee without a filter and it being perfectly fine, as long as you let it sit and add that little bit of cool water at the end. So anyway, that'll pretty much do it for this one, unless I run into problems going back that trail. What I'm going to do is sit here, wait for the fire to burn out, and maybe just listen to the river for another few minutes, because that's pretty calming for me.